It is game 3 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes. Things are all tied up, and Braden McNabb looks horrible. I'm sorry to McNabb, no offense, but his nose literally looks like Frankenstein's monster, and not the hot Jacob Elordi one, like the Van Helsing one. And this one starts pretty even. Shots and chances are similar, and this one goes into the second, tied 0-0. But in the second period, the Knights start out hot. Mark Stone is able to score, but it is taken away for being offsides. Luckily, Eichel is able to score one for the Knights soon after, but actually this one is challenged and goes to review, and it is determined that this is goaltender interference. Barbashev basically hip check Anderson's head, so this one is still tied 0-0. With 9:44 left in the second, Carolina gets a penalty for too many men on the ice, and here come the Knights. Eichel has a great pass from behind the net to Hurdle in front. A tough penalty for Carolina, and the Knights are able to capitalize on it, and Marner gets the secondary assist on this. And then after that assist, Mitch Marner realized that he hasn't had any goals since the Knights faced the Ducks. This is just a horrible bounce off of Sean Walker and in. Mitch Marner just throws it to the net from the side wall, and Walker scores on his own team. Really nothing Anderson could have done about this one. Marner and the Knights just keep pounding on the Hurricanes for the rest of the period. Multiple chances that all could have gone in, but then one does go in. A really tough giveaway from William Carrier here that goes right to McNabb. He hands it to Marner, and Marner is able to make a great move to score. 3 points in a row for Mitch Marner. And the Knights just keep coming. Brett Howden gets a breakaway that Anderson is able to stop. A clutch play by him. With things like the Carrier giveaway and the allowed breakaways, this Hurricanes defense is just crumbling. There are parts later in this game where the Hurricanes defense is stellar, but they do have these extended periods of struggle like we're seeing here. And that continues when Mitch Marner gets the puck, bolts down the right side, and just hammers it from the top of the right circle to score on Anderson far side. A natural hat trick for Marner, and 4 points in a row. A ridiculous game for him, and is not looking good for the Hurricanes. If you're enjoying these videos, please Scott Steven check the subscribe button if you haven't already, so this channel can get off the floor and on the board. Thank you all so much for your support so far. After the fourth goal, Bussy is put into the net, and the Hurricanes go into the third down, 4-0. The Knights are still pushing hard. Marner gets a breakaway shorthanded, but gets hacked on the way to the net, so he gets a penalty shot. And Brandon Bussy, who has not played NHL hockey in like 2 months, comes up with a huge save. And on the other side of the ice, Jordan Martinook is able to score one. Jarvis sends it to the front of the net where it bounces off of Hart and goes to Martinook. He makes a nice little move and scores. But only 26 seconds later, Aho pickpockets Braden McNabb and has a beautiful pass to Taylor Hall right in front of the net, and he scores. And the Hurricanes are only down by 2. But the Hurricanes aren't done yet, because only 30 seconds after that, Slavin rips it from the half wall and Jordan Staal tips it in. In just 39 seconds, the Hurricanes have cut the lead down by 3. And this is the second game that Carter Hart has let in goals on 3 consecutive shots. The Hurricanes stay in control. They're just such a well-oiled machine, and then Shea Theodore gets a penalty for delay of game, and this penalty pays off for the Hurricanes. In a pileup in front of the net, Andrei Svechnikov whacks it in. Unfortunately for the Knights, Nick Dowd shoves Ehlers into the net, and this basically helps Svechnikov bury the puck. So we go into overtime. In overtime, the Hurricanes continue their momentum they had in regulation. The Hurricanes are just able to control the play in a way that the Knights cannot, but no pucks are able to make their way into the back of the net, and this one goes into a second overtime. In the second overtime, in one of the most ridiculous playoff overtime goals I've ever seen, Theodore shoots it from the point, and the puck goes perfectly through everyone, bounces off of the back wall, and then Bussy skate and goes into the back of the net. And the Knights are up in the series, 2-1. Thank you so much for watching. Comment your thoughts below, like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more.